Hey, here's another tip for team parent and team teacher. So I have a review system. It's an all-in-one review, progress, reward, practice system. And if you start working on it and you're interested in starting the system, let me know and I can help you get it set up. Or you might be able to figure it out from this video. If you do it, you might be able to actually get rid of a practice chart or a practice journal altogether, which is kind of cool, I think. Yeah, so before I get into the system, I want to talk a little bit about current neuroscience and education science, some studies that have come out that helps you understand why this works. So, first of all, I don't know if you know this, and this is a couple of fun facts, but when a baby is born, a baby has about 1 billion neurons in their brain. And by the time a child is 2 years old, they have the ability in their cerebral cortex to create about 2 million connections, synapses in 1 second. That's a lot. So that's why we want to start so early, is to harness that brain power in the beginning, this potential to learn so much. So anyway, so that's what we're doing when we're learning and we're practicing. We're trying to strengthen the connections in the brain. And I don't know if you're familiar, but in a brain cell we have an axon, which is connected to a neuron, right? So around the axon we have something called the myelin sheath, and it's a fatty substance. It's kind of a white color. What we're trying to do is strengthen that sheath. So it's sort of like every time you execute an action, you strengthen that sheath. And we want a strong insulated connection because that's what allows us to process and send information, those electrical impulses, quickly. It's kind of like the difference between high-speed internet and dial-up. So we are trying to grow high-speed internet in our brains by practicing 10,000 times. Okay, so there's this idea or myth, and I think this is also prevalent in the sports world, that you have to do something 10,000 times to master it or spend 10,000 hours doing it. And that is not necessarily true. That's no longer widely held belief, at least if you're up on the current stuff. So you don't literally have to do something 10,000 times to master it or spend 10,000 hours doing it. You do need to do repetitions to strengthen that myelin sheath, but there's no set number of times that you have to do it. And it's different from one person to next. So there have been studies that show that somebody that has two people that have the similar backgrounds, similar level of intelligence, similar amount of time doing something, if they both do the same activity and repeat it a certain number of times every day or every other day. Let's say a person does it 3 times and the other person does it 10. At the end, in the end result, the person that did it 10 times every day or every other day didn't get any further than the person that did it 3. So when you're trying to practice that way, you're wasting your time. So do a couple, move on with your life. So that's repetitions, right? So we also have spaced review is something that's kind of a hot item right now, based on some new scientific studies that say actually when you review something, you want to space it out. You don't necessarily want to do it every day. You want a period of rest in between. The general consensus is sleep. You need to sleep before you review something again. And this works because what you're doing is you're allowing the concept to get a little bit rusty, and then you have to recall that concept. So you have to go back in your mind, dig it out, and find it again. And through that struggle, you are strengthening those connections. So we want a little bit of struggle. We want it to get rusty and then have to find it. And by the way, this is why it's important for parents not to interrupt during the lesson with an answer for your child. So if they're having a hard time getting something started or remembering something, if I ask a question and you answer it for them, you're not allowing them to go through that process of recall to find the answer. And therefore, they don't get that chance to make a stronger connection. So don't jump in immediately to save the child. Let them struggle. All that struggle is good. It means they're learning. Interleaving is my next idea. So interleaving is the concept of taking 2 different ideas, 2 concepts that you're studying, and working on them together at the same time, rather than working on one thing. So rather than working on all vibrato exercises and making sure you master those and not working on anything else, but also working on something, just working on the vibrato, but not working on anything else, any pieces. And you can't move on from vibrato until you master all of the vibrato exercises in the whole wide world, and then you can start learning new pieces. So that's not a good way to do it. So we interleave. We're already doing this in my studio, but this practice idea allows you to do that. So we're gonna work on more than one concept at a time. You'll see that easier when I do the demo. Let's see. Oh, rewards. So just getting a new card can be a reward for some children, as well as getting to put the card in the mastered category. That can be a good reward for some children. So this can also be a reward system. I'm going to check my list and make sure I haven't forgotten any other things I want to talk about for this. No. Okay. All right. So here's my demo on how we do this. So you need a couple things, and here's the other awesome thing is this super cheap. So all you need are some index cards and a box. I think I bought 2 packs of index cards, and this box was like $7. But the key about the box is that it has categories, it has dividers, and this has 5, which is good because 5 is what we need. 5 is my favorite number. All right. So what you're going to do is you need 5 categories. So I'll show those to you. Actually, I'm going to move my stuff. Okay. So category 1 is going to be the daily cards. Now I wrote the categories like daily, the days of the week. I wrote those in pencil in case my lesson day changes. Category 2 be Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. So this is your every other day card. 3, Wednesday and Sunday if you're practicing 7 days a week. So this will either be another 2 times a week card or 1, depending on the number of days you practice. Card 4 is Friday. And card 5 or category 5 is mastered. Of course, you can start on any day of the week, but you'll have to go through that. You have a daily card, a every other day card, a once to twice a week card, and then a once a week card. So here is a schedule for how this works. Again, it depends on the day that you start on, and I'll read that to you. So on Mondays, you're going to do the daily card, or that is your lesson day. You're going to do the daily cards. On Tuesday, dailies and category 2. Wednesday, daily and category 3. Thursday, daily and category 2. Friday, dailies and category 4. Saturday, daily and category 2. And Sunday, daily and category 3. Now, to get something in the mastered category, you have to play it 3 times correctly at the lesson, or 3 lessons in a row. And I will make tallies on the back of the card so that we know when it's time to put it in the mastered category. In the mastered category, this one is one that we only take a look at when we're trying to graduate an entire unit or a book. Then we'll go through and review those again. All right. So then you have your cards. Each card represents a piece, a technique, a rhythm, or a note reading card. Okay, so to make your life easy on the card, you could write which order it is in the book. You could write the number of the CD track, and then whatever big idea it is that you're practicing. So you may be listening to peanut butter ice cream. Whatever the goal is, that can go in the back. Okay, so here's how it works. All right, so on day 1, we are going to go through these cards, and this is where the interleaving comes into, because we have all different categories of things that we're working on. So high dot taps. If you did well with the high dot taps, it goes in category 2. So if you get this correct, category 2, correct, category 2, correct, category 2. Bunny bow hold. So let's say that our bumpy thumb is the goal. The child does not have a bumpy thumb, so it goes into category 1. You can see that. And then we'll make a bunch of these correct. Okay. All right, the monkey song. Playing it with the piano. So if the child is struggling with playing it at the piano, can't get all the way through, we work on it until we get it, or the section that we're having trouble with 3 times correctly, and then it goes into 1. Okay, and we'll say everything else was good. Okay, and then I'm done practicing for the day, so I put everything in the category 2 pile, put that back in the box behind the second divider, and back with 1 to keep it organized. Okay, so that was, say, Monday. Okay, so now let's pretend it's Tuesday. So on Tuesday, we do the daily cards, and in here we have the monkey song. Okay, monkey song was good, so that goes in the second pile. Bow hold, not so good, so that goes back to 1. Okay, but we're not done yet because it is Tuesday. See, Tuesday, we do this pile. So go through this pile, okay? All right, so let's say peanut butter ice cream is really good, so that now goes to the third pile, So this is good, third pile, good, third pile, good, third pile, good, third. Uh-oh, we have a problem here. So we do this 3 times correctly, but it doesn't go to 2, it goes all the way back to 1. Okay, I messed up on that one, it goes back to 1. Messed up on this one, it goes back to 1 after you do it 3 times correctly. We'll say this is good, so it goes to 3. Good, good, good. Make all these good, 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 good. Okay, all right, so now we're done practicing for the day. So we put everything in their respective piles. And that was Tuesday. Now let's pretend it is Wednesday. So we go to our daily pile. Okay, we're going to practice this. We did really well. So that goes to pile 2. Good, 2. Bad, 1. Good, 2. Okay, but it is Wednesday, so we have to go through the Wednesday pile. Okay, all right, so we messed up on this one, so it goes all the way back to 1. Messed up on that one, all the way back to 1. After you do it 3 times correctly. Now this one, let's say we got this, so that goes to pile 4. Good, goes to 4. Good, goes to 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. Oh, we missed that one, so it goes all the way back to 1. Miss this one all the way back to 1. Miss this one all the way back to 1. This one's good, goes to pile 4. And then gather up all your piles. Okay, so that was Wednesday. Now let's pretend it is Thursday. So pile 1, you go through those. Okay, if it's correct, it goes in 2. Correct, it goes in 2. Correct, goes into 2. Incorrect, 3 times correctly, it goes into 1. Correct goes in 2. Incorrect 3 times correctly, and then you put it in 1. Okay, but it is Thursday. So we have to go through the Thursday pile, which is back here at category 2. And this is where the spaced review comes into. We haven't seen these since Tuesday. Okay, most of them. All right, monkey song. If that was good, it comes to 3. If it was good, it comes to 3. If it was incorrect, you do it 3 times, put it in 1. Incorrect, 3 times, put it in 1. Okay. All right, and then you put everything back in their categories. So that was Thursday. Now we got to go to Friday. So we do all the dailies on Friday. Correct in 2, correct in 2, correct in 2. Incorrect, 3 times, play it correctly, goes into 1. But it is Friday, so we do the cards from Friday. You play it correctly, it stays in Friday. And that's okay because you're not going to get to that one again. Okay. If it's good, it goes back into 4. Good, back into 4. Incorrect, then it goes all the way back to 1 after you practice it 3 times. Correct, 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 incorrect, back to 1. Okay, and then you gather everything up. That was Friday. So now we move on to Saturday. So you go through your dailies again. Correct goes to 2. Incorrect goes to 1 after practicing it 3 times correctly. And then correct it back to 2. But it is Saturday, so we need to go through this pile again. Okay, so correct goes to 3. Correct goes to 3. Correct goes to 3. Incorrect, 3. Play it 3 times correctly. It goes to 1. Correct, all the correct ones go to 3. Okay, and then you put them back in the piles. That was Saturday. And the last on Sunday, again, you do your dailies. Okay, correct goes to 2. Correct goes to 2. And then Sunday would be my number 3. And I go through those. If it's correct, it goes to 4. Incorrect, back to 1. Okay, and then pile them all back up. And then the next day will be your lesson day. And then when you get into your lesson, I'll say, oh, this is still in 1. That would probably give us some trouble. 2, that gave us some trouble. So I definitely need to start those in the lesson. But look at all the stuff we did really well in pile 4. Again, if you need to make notes, we can make notes on the back. If I see it in the lesson and it's correct, then I'll draw a tally. And if you get 3 of those in a row, then we move to mastered. Mastered is something that we take a look at just when we're trying to graduate a unit or review for a book graduation. So that is this system. It looks a little bit complicated. You have the schedule that you can follow, and as you practice it, it'll get easier. But it contains everything, and you don't really need any other special games or anything like that. So I hope that helps. Thanks for watching.